Well, with our map bans completed, we will end up on Lair for this playoff preview. M80 and Shopify go there. Foxy, what do you think of this?
Hence why we are headed to Lair, which is a super high preference map for Shopify. Is their top preference map over the stage. Slightly different data there, but overall a very similar result. Not a map that
also being expended in that position. Fire will make sure that Kino can push up a little bit without having to worry about anybody counter swinging. Rexen finding the first though. As Shopify all fall back, the attack might fill the space, but they will do so down a player. But look at this progress M80 have made. Even without the hard breaching, they have taken control of top rocket. Their only problem is they've yet to actually find a clear entry into the site. And as you mentioned, Ollie, with very minimal hard breaching in none of these angles, their only way is barreling through these doorways. Shopify feel emboldened to peek, and finally Gunner and Diffuser both levy out some punishment. Shopify will not be able to take these fights with impunity. And instead, they will be bloodied as they try to look to put this Diffuser down. Smoke canister already placed. It's detonated at the exact right moment. It forces Hot and Cold off. Loses half his HP in the process. Ambi thinks better of that flank. He'll rotate, join the rest of the team over by Newbridge, but this is going to come down to the wire. Likely in the red the moment Surf makes this play. Another smoke canister goes out, but Hot and Cold planting in an off spot gives Shopify some confusion. Gunner on low HP has an info, has a line right on this remaining player.
Oh.
But the same can be said for Ambi. In the one is on the Malusi. It's currently a problem for Kino as he tries to make his way down the stairs, but thankfully Diffuser will just shoot that down. Hot and Cold finding, well, the Malusi early on. But look at this quick flank. Look at this action. 3v3 already in a matter of seconds and only a minute into the round. Exactly, and you can see that's what they're doing. They've pulled all the way back. They're even ceding control of the B site. Smoke canister goes out. This could be a nice and powerful angle from Diffuser, as nobody's actually rotated in just yet. But right as I say that, Rexen and Ambi spring the eye contact with that player upstairs. But for so long, they feel concerned about this. Their control on the top floor is tenuous at best, but there go the smokes, and it works. Gunner takes the fight through the vert, finds one, but there is another looking to try and get aggressive. The utility going through will burn a lot of HP off Hot and Cold and Gunner. Another C4-2 thrown out, though it mets a lot less impact. Final smoke goes out in the different spot, and they trade. Gunner no longer covering, Monty instead protecting. They just find a bit of an angle, but that SMG-11 bounces too much when that angle is so tight. M80 not only bring back the man count, but bring us into the post with a 5v3 advantage. Sploit drops down, 30 seconds remaining. Might not have been spotted on that drone, but everyone from the attack has fallen back to their positions. So the defense tries to mount this retake. The Monty sits on the Diffuser like a mother hen and has 4 guns, watching to catch anybody that takes the bait and tries to steal this prize. Kino with a long angle shuts down Canadian with the 417. It is an easy trade for M80.
But you have to have good plan A, B, and C for as soon as you start to try and bait that out. M80 spent a long time at the doorway.
Crutch they often use. Hot and Cold almost needing crutches after a volley of shots sent down that hallway. Yet Surf kind of peeking a little sleepy on that angle on Bridge.
In stage 2. 12th rated player in the entire league. This guy's quite literally hot, not cold. Gunner, great shot over onto Rexen. Got a great line of sight onto the breach, and Ambi playing tucked in the bomb side, but Gaveni below could be a bit of a problem. He's going to be able to disrupt these players.
Ollie,
the kit's in the hands of Gunner.
It's in the hands of Gunner, but it also looked like there might have been a line on that breach. I'm not entirely sure they can hop through. No, they can't. So if Gunner wants to try and hop in this breach, he's got to give the Diffuser to somebody else. And Shopify, whether they realize this or not, they've got a lot of kills, but still in the 1v2. Gunner sprints in. Oh, they don't know. They rotate to the other site. They're being safe to be sure. But Kino's got to be aware of this. He hears the sprint. They know Valkyrie's position now, so as Ambi peeks out, he doesn't react in time. Gunner falls off and lands right in the shots of that MPX. 2 1vx's for Ambi. Both top floor can teleport back to the bottom. Also, to be fair, not something unique to Shopify. We've seen a Scopos make this kind of play before. But Rexen spotted immediately. We've got the Scopos up top and a couple players hovering around this mid floor, and M80 clearly ready for that.
Have Shopify Rebellion been allowed to just rotate back? We've still got Ambi in a great position right now. Gaveni He's going to fall again. Spoit is there for a little bit of assistance as well. I mean, Spoit and Ambi can probably just play up there for the majority of the round at this point.
Ooh, but M80 seem to just be sending it. Diffuser finds Surf on the site. Only Canadian close. Ambi gets one, but he's traded out, so advantage remains M80. 2 shotguns at close angles, though, might be a problem. Spoit might be holding the pistol, but given how strong of a player he can be, he might be favored depending on the type of gunfight he picks. But M80 will continue pushing forward. C4 goes out. It doesn't hit a single player, and Canadian loses his life, too. M80 see that top floor hold. They immediately hit the site, and another successful plant. Their only victory so far was closed out once that diffuser was planted. And Spoit only has a pistol to take these long-range fights. Yeah, my odds are on M80 every day. Fall back on that glass some time to circumvent dealing with the vert, but it really is seeming like this is something that they struggle with. 2 rounds an hour, they've just not dealt with it. Now, without that bit of utility, Gunner will move in. Go for the backstab by Green. Just spotted by that Azami, though. And they're just walking into the firing line. It is a complete annihilation.
Work. I don't know what the call was, because it looked like a full clear, so I don't know what, back to the couple rounds that M80 won. Now, we've had some really close rounds in that first half. So I don't feel as though difficult position now that Hot and Cold finds himself in.
Oh, yeah. That's the problem with this Miraz. He's stuck in a fortress and a prison of his own making. EMPs go out, so do the can openers. Canadian acquiring control of top rocket, just slipping up through that barbed wire earlier as part of what kicked this whole sequence of events off. Diffuser with a nice find, almost a second. That Vector is a bit of a difficult gun at long range. We can forgive him for that one. There's more work to be done. 30 seconds to go. Utility going back and forth, traded. 2 more toxic canisters for Kino. We saw Hot and Cold evade this with an off-plant spot. Can Canadian do the same? Behind the desk, is this anticipated? ROU projector in the way to shield that information from the defense, and it works out perfectly. 2 more kills fly Shopify's way. They've dotted their I's and crossed their T's, and all that is left is the punctuation. 5-2. I want to see this kind of innovation come from those legendary figures inside of NA. A lot of utility goes out, and as we're praising that, one important piece of it, the glass goes down. Canadian, the Monty, burned up. That's why you always have to be careful when you throw out the praise on broadcast, because an attack can go over.
Just gotten a little bit carried away, but still doable. You look at what they've got.
Ooh.
50 seconds. Downed Gaveni.
Oh.
But another down on the way in. That Shumika is lethal. You just can't walk through that window.
Ooh, Spoit sees one. Tachanka re-peeks. Oh, Hot and Cold is flirting with it. They're worried about picking up Gunner because of how close he is. Oh, and he's also on the opposite side of the wall. That's probably the bigger detail. Thought he might be in the site. So Spoit gets the freebie, but every single bit of utility is dumped into that one tiny room. Shumika's and Smokes propagate and force Spoit out. Now, everyone from M80 is playing passive. There's no flirting with a gunfight that Hot and Cold did earlier. They've already lost 2 rounds on R6 to Ambi clutching. They're not about to give away a third to Spoit.
By 2. That last round should give them a little bit of confidence. Diffuser clearly feeling himself going onto the scope post this time.
Ooh,
nice opener
himself.
from Gunner. Spoit deleted the small connector room. Nice nade there. Surely it gets the Goyo to move, but shots missed there from Surf. It's one of the curses of the DMR. Diffuser, he's not slowed down. Taking out the star player of Ambi, and very quickly we're left in a 4v2.
I'll make that a 4v1. Diffuser teleported back to the site, and he is pissed about it. Canadian might get his first. Ooh, won't even be that. Closed the gap very nicely. Shopify not even taking their tactical timeout yet, but it is 5-4.
Cold leading the charge in the rankings. There's a lot of room for Gunner and Code to get up there. Great shot from Ambi. That's my fantasy pick right there. Opening pick. Diffuser down. Could be Skybridge control. Who knows? There's drones working ahead of him.
Okay.
Surf, he's going to double down. A kill over onto Gunner. He's looking much better from Shopify so far. It's the first time they've had a good lead in a while on these attacks.
A healthy lead, too. Good and healthy. 2 players on both sides get caught lacking. Kino swings out of the site. Makes the man advantage narrower in an incredibly important position. Shopify just 1 round away from match point. And if M80 has to choose between facing OXG and facing some combination of Cloud9 or LFO or Wildcard, clutching this round will give them some security. There's still this vertical, though. Hot and Cold looking down has taken up Spoit. Ambi quite low, too. It might all be left to the Legion, and he drops down.
Plan down, but he's going to have a long night if he's going to try and bait out the remaining utility. Hot and Cold must have around 15 left, 16 there as another one gets sent out. But bang, the kill comes in from Spoit, and that could be the trigger.
I swear, there are many rounds so far. Canadians looking where to put this case on the floor. Diffuser looking out the breach, one player prone, trying to cover the Monty as best they can. That's an awkward gunfight for everybody involved, but Rexon in particular sat waiting for the Vector to layer his body with shots, and it's all over! In one fell swoop, Gunner tries to hit the flank. He gets one for his troubles, but Shopify get control of the site. It is a bait and switch, and M80 fall into the trap. Shopify take first place in the group stage and are your top team heading into playoffs.
Like that. A big win, Spoit. Congratulations on closing out the stage undefeated. You took down DarkZero yesterday, M80 today. Looking back on this stage, I mean, what is that like to go flawless?
I mean, this is the first time like I managed to go like 9-0 in the regular season, which is like crazy. I mean, I think the league is like hella stacked, and I think we did we had good game plan today as well against what's it called, M80, and yeah, I'm just overall happy. I don't know what to say, so yeah.
Yeah, no, obviously. I mean, I think we're all sitting on the desk. We're all assuming that you guys are going to make the next event. That being said, once it comes to that event, I know you've previously had that experience of lifting a trophy yourself. What are the main goals for you guys to keep it going through the best of threes, but also once you get to land?
I think, depending on how the results go, I don't want to jinx anything on the playoffs, but if we do qualify, we're gonna have like a little boot camp going into the Esports World Cup, right? So we get to see each other face to face, because right now and throughout the stage it's just been me and Troy here at the SR facility. But yeah, we just take it game by game. I know we are more confident at best of 3 as well. We can like grow into the match more, all the adaptants, all that stuff. So yeah, just taking it game by game.
Well, Spoit, congratulations. You said it yourself, your first 9-0 for you. I kind of want to focus on you and talk about, your transition now, being with Shopify, being with Shopify, and having the success that you've been having, and obviously even going back to M80, where you guys weren't struggling, you weren't finding that success, especially internationally. But again, just to sum everything up, I mean, how have you been feeling as a whole, as an individual?
I was on M80 for like, 2 years? Yeah. And now, I got the chance to team with Troy, which is like a childhood dream. I mean, he's one of the goats of the game. So it's just me, coming into the stage, learning, how the team operates, the system they like to play, how to play with each other, the chemistry, the communication, all that stuff. So I'm just getting used to the team, and I'm getting comfy. And yeah, I don't think I've ever been on a team with such nasty individuals. Like, dude, I think Richie, Dame, and Ambi are all like plus 30.
I mean, Ambi dropped 20 that last game. That was
20 and
so
5.
I think Ambi's on like 45, closing 50 at this point. Like, dude, what? Like, I don't get it.
I mean, I don't get it, bro. You mentioned one of the goats of the game, Canadian, but what about having like a coach like Super behind you? You're not going to add him to the GOAT list?
Oh, I mean, of course, Seth.
He just turned 19.
He did. Actually 20, almost. But yeah, no, Seth is hilarious. I think he has a good mind for the game. What I really like about Seth is he doesn't go into it too much. He kind of just look at the stats that we have, and he makes the game plan very easy for us to understand as well. And I really appreciate that. I think I've had struggle before where it's too much, and I really like how Seth does it easy for us and how easy it is and stuff. Yeah.
Well, Spoit, you mentioned maybe pre-international event expectations. Can you talk to me about any final preparations you guys are going to make before playoffs coming up next week? Any final things you're looking to iron out before we get you out of here?
Just gonna keep going. I don't know when playoffs is exactly. I just show up on the day and play. That's what I do.
That's what I did back in the day. I never looked at the schedule.
Next
week.
But
I can imagine we have a few days before playoffs. I mean, I think we're playoffs ready already. I think we've been playing good so far. We had that first hiccup game against Envy in the first week or whatever. But since then, it's been good, yeah. So
Absolutely.
All right, thank you so much, Spoit. Congrats again on the win. Undefeated on the stage, and we will see you on Wednesday when the playoffs begin, in case you have to put that on your calendar. See you then.
have a good one, guys.
All
Take
right.
care.
Thanks, Spoit. Big